Hello everyone and welcome to Netcracker. Today we will be studying about trees, and in continuation to our previous lectures on databases, we were discussing the data structure of trees. So in that we had finished about binary trees, talking about binary trees, and today we will discuss about spanning tree, and there will be a few algorithms which I will be discussing today as well. So just stay tuned and just try and keep the notes of the important points which I will be telling you, because they will help you in revising while studying for your exams. So what do we mean by a spanning tree? A connected subgraph S of a given graph G is said to be a spanning tree if and only if S should contain all the vertices of G and S should contain n-1 edges of G. So what do we mean by this? Suppose you have been given a tree. Like here, you can see that this is not a tree, this is a graph which has been given to you. But if you want to find the spanning tree, which means that which helps us in calculating minimum spanning tree, in which we can get the minimum value of this graph, in which we can traverse these nodes, something like that. So for doing that, we have two conditions. One is that a spanning tree is a subgraph of this main graph which is given to you in the question, and that spanning tree or that subgraph should contain all the vertices of G. Like we have 4 vertices, and here I have drawn the spanning trees. So each spanning tree should contain all the vertices present in the graph G, and the S should contain n-1 edges of G. Like here we can see that we have 6 edges, 1 2 3 4 5 6. We have 6 edges in this graph. But what happens when we make a spanning tree for the graph? In that case, we can only have n-1 edges. N stands for the number of nodes. N over here is 4. So 4 minus 1 is equals to 3. Therefore, all the spanning trees of this graph will contain 3 edges only. So to make a spanning tree of this graph, what we do? We take 4 vertices and we reduce our edges to n-1. So only 3 edges we will take. So we can represent this graph in 16 ways. Like here you can see that I have made 16 spanning trees for this graph given to you in the question. So you can be asked like how many spanning trees are possible for a graph having 4 nodes, something like this can be asked. And to make all these spanning trees is a difficult job. Like when you will have more nodes, like over here we have only used 4 nodes and we have made 16 spanning trees out of it. But in similar way, if you are asked to make a spanning tree for 8 nodes, 10 nodes, even 100 nodes, it is going to be a very difficult task. But to help us, we have a theorem called as Cayley's theorem, which states the complete graph Kn has n raised to power n-2 different spanning trees. If we just want to know that how many spanning trees can be made from a graph, or we can say a complete graph, right? Then we can use this formula like n raised to power n-2. Fine. So the previous example again I am taking here. Like I have made so many spanning trees over here for this example. But if we just want to calculate how many spanning trees can be made, how many different spanning trees can be made, for that we will first take the number of nodes 1 2 3 4. Number of nodes equals to 4, and by using Cayley's theorem, n raised to power n-2, here n is 4, 4 raised to power 4 minus 2, we get 4 raised to power 2, and which is equal to 16. So the answer is we get 16 spanning trees for this graph. Now we will be studying about minimum spanning tree. Minimum spanning tree of a graph G is a tree whose total weight is smallest among the spanning trees of the graph G. Like suppose if a graph is given to you and you have found out all the spanning trees of that graph which can be made, right? But to find out the minimum spanning tree among that, all those spanning trees like which you have find out, and you will choose the one whose weight is minimum. Like every edge will be given some weight assigned to that edge, right? And we will sum up all the weights of those edges which we have included in that graph, and after adding them up, we will choose the one which has minimum weight, and that spanning tree will become the minimum spanning tree for that graph. So what all steps do we have to follow? Like the total weight of a graph tree of the spanning tree is the sum of the weights of the edges of the spanning tree. This I have told you, that all the edges will be assigned some weight to them, and to find out the weight of a spanning tree, we will add those weights given to those edges. Fine. Then we have the minimum spanning tree is a unique, but spanning tree may or may not be unique, because more than one spanning tree are possible when more than one edge exists having the same weight. What do we mean by this statement? Like if a graph is given to you and there are 3 edges in the graph with same weight, fine. So it can happen that while calculating the spanning trees, and after adding this weight of all those edges, we might end up having the same weight for many spanning trees. In that case, we can say that it may not happen that we get a unique spanning tree, right? So to calculate minimum spanning tree, we have number of algorithms given, and now I will discuss about Ruskell's algorithm to find minimum spanning tree. So there are a few steps which one need to remember while finding out the minimum spanning tree with the help of Ruskell's algorithm. So what are the steps? Firstly, input the given connected weighted graph graph G with n vertices whose minimum spanning tree T we want to find out. Firstly, suppose here is an example. With the help of this example, I will explain these steps. Suppose this graph G is given to you. So firstly, you will input all the edges and all the vertices of this graph, and we will try and find out a minimum spanning tree which is represented by a T of this graph. Fine. So what we need to do, order all the edges according to increasing weight. So from this graph, it has said us that we will write the edges in an increasing weight order. Like here we can see that the minimum edge having a weight over here is BE. BE has minimum weight 2. So we have written BE and the weight is equals to 2. Then next after 2 we can have 3. So CD has weight 3. Then we will look for 4. So CF has 4 and even AD has 4. So we have written them here. AD has 4 and CF has 4. So next one is 5. So BC is 5 and even EF is 5. So we have written all the edges which are present in a graph in increasing weight order. Fine. So this is done. Now what is the next step in our algorithm? It says initialize T with all the vertices but do not include any edges. Like here we have seen that minimum spanning tree needs to be calculated And here I have made it according to the question, which I will just tell you right now. But this step says that we will write all the nodes first, and we will not include any edge at that time. Fine. After that, it says add each edge of the graph G into T which does not form a cycle until n minus 1 edges are added. So firstly, this statements tell us how many edges we can include in the spanning tree, that is n minus 1 edges, and there is this condition that there should not be any cycle. And add each edge of the graph G into T which does not form a cycle until n minus 1 edges are added. So first thing first, we have written all the edges with the weights in increasing order. Now we will choose one edge at a time and include that edge in this graph, and we will make this graph unless and until we reach these two conditions, that any cycle is formed and the number of edges is n minus 1. So BE. So firstly, let us calculate number of nodes that we have is 6. So how many edges can we have? N minus 1 equals to 6 minus 1, that is 5. So in this spanning tree which we are going to create can contain only 5 edges. So first edge which we are including is BE. So we draw this line from B to E with weight 2. Then we have CD with weight 3. So we have drawn this CD with the weight 3. Then we have AD with the weight 4. And we have CF with weight 4 again. And then we include BC with the weight 5. Till here we have added or not added. This is a column in which we have added BE into the graph, CD also we have included into the graph, AD also included into the graph, CF is also included, and BC is also included into the graph. But these are the edges which we have not included. Why we haven't included? Because this condition we have studied, that number of edges that can be included is n minus 1. So what was that? That was only 5 edges. Like here we have calculated number of nodes 6 and number of edges that can be included is 5. So we have included only 5 edges and there isn't any loop, right? So this is how, and after summing them up we get the minimum spanning tree cost, right? So this is how we find out minimum spanning tree with the help of Ruskell's algorithm. Next algorithm which we are discussing is Prim's algorithm for finding minimum spanning tree. So like previous algorithm, we will follow few steps here as well, and this will also provide us with the minimum spanning tree. So let us discuss what do we have in Prim's algorithm. Graph of Prim's algorithm is always connected. This means that all the nodes which we will be making which we will be including in the spanning tree, they need to be connected to every other node. Fine. So select the edge with minimum cost. So how can we select the edge? We will select the edge which has minimum weight assigned to it, and then next edge is selected with the minimum cost connected to the previous edge. We will see here in this diagram like how I have solved this graph into the minimum spanning tree using these conditions, and the last condition is n minus 1 edges can be included only. So this is one, like how many edges can we include? Only n minus 1. So here we can see that we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 nodes are given. So in our Prim's algorithm we have n minus 1 edges, that is equals to 5. So first step is we will choose the minimum that edge which has minimum weight. So here we can see that 10 is the minimum weight assigned, which is in between 1 and 2 node. So we choose 1 and 2 this edge and we write the weight 10. Now the next node which we will choose, which is connected to these two nodes only, right? So what is the minimum minimum weight which is connected to 2, we have 10, 40, 30 and 60. 10 is already included. So the minimum weight which is next, which is connected to 2 is 30. So we have taken this edge 30. Fine. Now we have reached at this point 4. So we will choose the minimum edge which is connected to 4. We can see that 20, 25, 50 is connected to 4. So we will choose the minimum edge which is 20. So we have drawn this edge from 4 to 3 with the weight 20. Fine. This is also done. Now we have reached 3. So from here we can see we will choose the minimum edge for connection. Like we have 45 and we have 33. But we want now only 2 nodes are left, 6 and 5. So we will choose the minimum way in which we can reach 5. So here if we see that 4 has connected with 5 with the weight 25 and 3 and 5 is connected with 33. So obviously we will choose the minimum weight. So we draw this edge 4 to 5 with the weight 25. In the similar way, we are left with this node 6, and this node is 6 is connected to 4 and 2. So we will choose the minimum edge which is connecting. So we can see that 4 is connected to 6 with the weight 50. Therefore, we choose this edge only. So we end up with this as a minimum spanning tree by Prim's algorithm. And what is the main condition of this algorithm is that the graph needs to be connected to one another. Like each edge, the first edge which we had chosen was the minimum edge. The next edge will be that which is connected to the previous 2 nodes. Previous node, any one of that, the minimum edge is connected to the next node, that will be chosen. Fine. So here we have one example. Or this is a question which was asked in 2016 in July paper. The number of different spanning trees in a complete graph K4 and bipartite graph K22 have dash and dash respectively. These are the number of spanning trees given to you in pair for K4 and K22. Fine. So with the help of Cayley's algorithm, for a complete graph, we can simply use this formula n raised to power n minus 2 different spanning trees for a complete graph. This provides us the number of spanning trees for a complete graph. So nk4 is a complete graph as it is given in the question. So we apply this formula. 4 raised to power 4 minus 2 is equal to 4 raised to power 2 equals to 16. Therefore, for K4 we have 16 spanning trees. But what about bipartite graph? This formula is applied only to the complete graphs. But to find out the bipartite graph, we need to make the spanning trees. So this is K2. Like 2 nodes are here and 2 nodes are here. Fine. So what is the condition for a spanning tree is that all the 4 nodes will be included, but and n minus 1 edges will be included. Like here we have 4 edges. In this question, in this graph, we have 4 edges, but in spanning trees, we will include only 3 edges. So with the help of that, we are being able to make 4 different spanning trees. Therefore, we can say that K22 has 4 spanning trees. Therefore, our answer is option number 3, which says that K4 has 16 spanning trees and K22 has 4 spanning trees. So here we come to the end of this lecture where we have discussed about the spanning trees, and I hope you would have understood these 2 algorithms. They are important, so please remember them and please practice few more questions regarding this as well. So let us meet in the next lecture with few more topics on data structure. Thank you.